I'm thinking back on all those times when I felt closed off from all that I could become. Eager but too scared to climb. Wanted to please my friends, but it felt like the end on myself. I was shut down and all drained out. I was lost, so I had to change. Yeah, I shook off all the bad vibes, cut me loose from the pettiness. They turned on me, but now I am perfectly free to be me. This is who I am, this is who I am now. No matter what they're saying, this is who I am, this is who I am now. They think that I have lost my mind, that I'm not being true, but they don't have a clue. Cause this is me when I cut out all of the shallowness and everything I suppress to fit in a small frame. But I won't play your game anymore, so I had to change. Yeah, I shook off all the bad vibes, cut me loose from the pettiness. They turn on me, but now I am perfectly free to be me. This is who I am, this is who I am now. No matter what they're saying, this is who I am, this is who I am now. I'm gonna let them talk, but I ain't following nobody else. How can I be resentful when I finally respect myself? I shook off all the bad vibes, cut me loose from the pettiness. They turn on me, but now I am perfectly free to be me. This is who I am, this is who I am now. No matter what they're saying, this is who I am, this is who I am now.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm using a different streaming service for this stream because I don't plan on showing a video, just talking. So I hope everyone's doing great and enjoying the new year of 2025. I hope it's treating you well so far. And even if it's not, even if maybe you're going through something, just know you're doing your best, and that's all we can do each day. So I'm sorry if you can also hear my mouse clicking. I switched keyboards and I have a different mouse, so it's kind of loud. Good to see you, Mish. Thank you for being here. Hello, Natasha. Good to see you. I know it's been a while. I've been very inconsistent about uploading or going live on YouTube, and I'm going to try to work on that this year, but we'll see how long that lasts. And hello, my friend. I can never pronounce your name correctly. I I don't want to insult you by saying it wrong. Is there something else I can call you in the meantime, if you don't mind? Let me know. So, what I wanted to talk about this morning and hear from other people in the Alex reaction community uh, is, what do you think about Alex reintroducing YouTube memberships? I'm really curious to hear other people's thoughts and opinions. Of course, I have my own, as most of us who come to YouTube to watch reaction channel content do. But I do remember that she had them in the past. I was never a paying member of hers. However, I have been lucky enough to view some of her past live streams that were behind a paywall, and they were not that much different than her typical content. However, you did get a glimpse of a different side or part of her personality. She seemed to not have the air or facade on that she usually does, even in her vlogs. And there was a lot more cursing. Um, I think the best way I can phrase it at this point would be she didn't really have a filter and she didn't really care. I'm doing okay, Natasha. I'm hanging in there. I'm just doing the best I can every day. I hope you are too. How is it on the East Coast? New York, right? How's the weather over there? It's been chilly today here in my part of California. Windy. I can hear the wind outside and I can hear the plants uh, outside my window kind of rubbing against the glass, unfortunately. Not the most pleasant sound, but that's sometimes how I can tell the weather has changed. Mish asks, do we know what she's charging? She's charging $6.99, and there's only one tier. And that guarantees you access to early, early access to her vlogs that she uploads about 3 times a week. And then I think she said doing a members only live stream once a month. And you get the typical member loyalty badges next to your username if you're a paying member. So, but I'm really interested to hear what other people have to say about her memberships, because I find it interesting that she's choosing to revamp them now. Hello, AOK. AOK says, I guess she's running out of crap to shill, or no one is clicking on her links. It could be. I mean, personally, I do agree with people when they say that her views are low for her vlogs. If you look at her past vlogs, then their performance, they're probably in the 30,000, 40,000 range, and even her Vlogmas episodes or videos, whatever you want to call them, I use those two terms interchangeably, haven't been performing as well, kind of in the mid 20,000s. And my friend says, my name means something like intoxicating peach. No worries about mispronouncing. It's good to catch a live stream and love your short edits. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Sometimes the inspiration just comes to me. And the most recent short edit with Alex and Amber was thanks to my friend Sasha. She mentioned Alex talking about discussing the rise of hate online against her. And Amberlyn is certainly going through her own version of that, but that's all due to what she chooses or doesn't choose to put on the internet. And if you follow Amberlyn Reed, then that would make more sense to you. Mish says, aren't her subs going up though? Views down, subs up. Yes, I have noticed that too. Her sub count has been steadily increasing. And I really don't know what goes into sub counts rising or falling dramatically. That's not my area of expertise. I can only go off of my observations and what other people on the platform who I have the privilege of speaking to privately they give me their insights. So personally, I've noticed that once a channel hits 1,000 subscribers, that if you keep uploading consistently as a creator, you're going to see that number increase. Maybe not really fast, but steadily over time. If you stick to a consistent upload schedule, that number will keep rising. And of course, if you get yourself into a certain algorithm that maybe a couple things go viral, something along those lines, that can also contribute to rapid growth in subscriber count. But these are just my thoughts. Yes, Amish says, interesting time for her to restart. Agreed. Oh, Natasha says, been way too cold, very windy, but I'm grateful for my home and shelter. That's a great way to look at it, Natasha. So am I. Yeah, I always forget that at least where I live, it seems to be colder in January, less cold days in December, and more cold days in January and February because we get more storms and rain and wind. Natasha says, I think it's a cash grab and very insensitive timing to be asking people for money, especially with everything going on. And I know you're not alone in that view, Natasha. I've read several comments. I went to her community post where she announced the memberships, and I was just reading through what people were saying. And you're definitely not alone. It does seem like kind of the wrong time, but who knows what she was thinking. And Mish agrees. And the intoxicating Peach says her memberships are just a manifestation of her greed. Her content is extremely boring and repetitive. She puts zero effort, but expects all a steady revenue. True. That's another way to look at it. I've always viewed channel memberships as a perk and almost like super chats and super stickers. You're if you're the one giving them, you're tipping the creator. You're giving them something extra other than your view, which contributes to their monetization. But when you're able to access channel memberships and those sorts of perks, they're paying you extra because they're expecting something in addition to the regular content that you're putting out and something of value, especially if you're adding a dollar amount to it. But again, that's just my opinion. There are rules and sort of like terms of service around memberships and what is not acceptable. But of course, there's quite the gray area. So I think it depends on how people read into it and interpret that. And it could be argued lots of different ways. Hello, Angelica. She says she's buying the subs. Yes, that's quite possible. I have heard of other creators doing that. Who knows? And you're not supposed to do it, but I know a lot of creators have done it in the past and have been caught doing it. So I definitely don't disagree. That's a possibility. AOK asks, is Yar even working part-time? I don't know. I know she mentions in her vlogs just kind of in passing, like, oh, Yar's working or something like that. But I really can't confirm any of that. I haven't heard anything straight from his mouth. It all comes sort of through Alex and just reading forums and reading people's comments. That's the only way I can come to a sort of conclusion. It seems like he's working, but we won't really know unless she chooses to address it or he chooses to address it directly. And Angelica says, a lot of her comments are spam from bots. That is also a telltale sign. Very true. You'll see comments of people, maybe the grammar is a bit broken or not quite correct, or they'll use a lot of emojis. That's something I've noticed that bots tend to do. And Misha's chatting. I'd be interested to see how many people sign up, she says. Me too. I was gauging how many people liked the community post where she did the announcement, and it was at 126. So I would say that might be one way to gauge how many people are willing to sign up. Because I don't know about you, but I don't always see creators' community posts in my YouTube feed when I open it up. Maybe it's different for you and different for your algorithm, but I am subscribed to a lot of channels on my personal YouTube account. So sometimes I don't even see the community tab. Usually I will see them if I'm on the home tab in the YouTube app and I have an iPhone. So I'll just scroll through, and if there's a community post, I'll see it. But usually I'm a couple days late to seeing it. I'll usually jump over to the subscription tab because I'm interested in the video content. And hello, Shakira. She says, not sure why anyone would want to see what she shows for free. She's been doing the same stuff for years. I don't see how they're not tired of the rinse and repeat. I don't either. I think that could be part of the parasocial relationship between a creator and a viewer or subscriber. Some people view that as a special relationship and just they're kind of drawn to it, and for some reason they think it makes them special. They think that the content creator is actually their friend, the way a person would be if they knew them in their real life, which I don't agree with. But I know some people can perceive it that way, and some content creators might even use that to their advantage. I'm not saying that's what Alex is doing, but just judging off of my observations of, especially in girl world, where I watch a lot of foodie beauty reaction channels and Amberlynn Reed. I've definitely seen that. Let's see. Definitely looks like she's buying subs. I can't imagine who in their right mind would enjoy her content. Good point. I'm not sure. I can't tell if maybe she's pushed herself into a new algorithm with the limited amount of kind of new mommy baby type content, but I'm not sure. It seems to be the people that comment the most are the ones that have been around for a while. Let's see. A-OK says, how can she ask for more money after all the outrageous expensive things she has been buying for herself? That's a good point. I know, especially in today's economic climate for a lot of us in the United States, we're feeling it. So it can be viewed that way. I know my friend ALC alerted me to a video that Sarah Ray Vargas published recently that she was going to do a no buy or no spend type of experiment. And she was very candid and very open about how much money she spent in 1 month. And she was very honest about that last year was her most highest earning year. And the amount she gave for just one of the months for me was mind blowing. Or what would Alex say? Mind boggling. Very mind boggling. She said $47,000. Not Alex, but Sarah Ray Vargas. And I just kind of shook my head. So, not to say that they are exactly the same, and not to say that Alex is making that type of money, but I don't necessarily think that Alex is hurting for money, especially with all the shopping that she does, as AOK says here. Let's see. I'm trying to get to more comments. Mish says, I didn't know if she was getting subs over from other platforms than them dropping off because she's pretty boring. Buying subs is against terms of service, so she could be careful. Yes, it is. I'm not really sure how you prove that. I'm sure somebody out there knows, but I'm not really sure how you prove that. I think maybe people would just have to be reporting a lot of the bot type comments, and then if it's enough, maybe someone from YouTube would actually look at it. But from what I've observed and read, it takes a lot to get an actual human being to look at stuff on YouTube. A lot of times it's a bot itself that's alerted to those types of reports and flagging in the initial stages. Angela says, I did some digging and found her mortgage is $6,000 a month. She's definitely hemorrhaging money. Oh, wow. That's quite a lot. quite a lot. Interesting. Well, then that could definitely be a reason why she's rebooting her memberships. Part of me thought that maybe she's bringing up memberships because she wants to rebrand. And in addition to that, she wants to reestablish or rewrite the type of narrative and the type of parasocial relationship, like I was talking about earlier, that she has with her subscribers and or viewers. But I don't think she maybe understands that even people who don't like her, who may be part of the quote unquote rise of online hate against her, they can also subscribe and they can also become members. Maybe she doesn't care either way, because if you think about it, even if you don't really like Alex, but you pay for her membership because you want to see what's behind the paywall, your money is still going to her. But as I understand it, YouTube does take 30%, which is quite a lot. That's probably why the membership is set at $6.99. And I know I saw someone ask this in one of the forums. Can you stream members only content? And I've seen creators do it. And I don't know if there's something written in TOS explicitly that says you cannot restream content that's members only. My guess would be that you still have to make it transformative. You still have to add commentary, or maybe you'd have to edit the video, add some sort of effects or transitions or background music, something to make it your own. So it's not just a straight re-upload of her members only live streams. That would be considered against TOS, and she could strike somebody for doing that if they chose to, but I don't think people would do that. I think most people understand and would know better. Let's see. Intoxicating Peach says, some creators put a lot of work into prep, research, editing. They make us laugh, inspire us, or provide useful information. Sending them tips is fine, is absolutely fine. Alexandra does not belong in their group. Yeah, I can totally see. I can see that, definitely. And I know people do send her, I think, what was it, super thanks? I've seen that before. So if someone is choosing to leave a super thanks or give a super chat, it really is extra. It really is a tip, because if they're monetized and able to receive those types of things, they are getting money already for publishing the content that they do on this particular platform. I think she had memberships on Instagram as well. I haven't gone over there and seen if she's posted anything that's for subscription people only on Instagram, but I think she also rebooted that, I think last year, right? Hi, Jane. Good to see you. No worries. Glad to see you here. Oh, yes, Natasha. There it is. Your comment. Sorry, I'm behind. Natasha says she has paid memberships on her IG. Does anyone know if she has any special content there? Or is it more of the same? Because if it's just putting on makeup or taking off makeup, those are segments she includes in her vlogs, as you guys have been saying. Why would people pay extra for the type of content that she already includes in her vlogs on a weekly basis anyway? Jane says her views are diving and she's desperate for the money. Yes, you're definitely not alone in that belief, Jane. Mish says she can't stop buying stuff. I'd love to see her do a no-buy month. Agreed. And Jane says, please do not give her your hard-earned money. Speaking to her stans or her hardcore fans, you work a real job. She gives nothing back. Hello, Caitlin. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe down where you are. Thinking about that area a lot lately. If there's anyone listening or anyone here in the chat that is in the Los Angeles County area where any of the wildfires are happening, I hope you're safe. I hope your loved ones are safe, friends, family, and there are lots of resources. Please just keep that whole area in your thoughts and prayers. It's absolutely devastating, and California definitely goes through lots of wildfires every year, but this one is sort of unprecedented for the area. So hopefully they'll be able to contain the fire and, there'll be a minimal loss of lives. But definitely thinking about the people in that area. 6K. For what, Mish? I'm sorry. I'm so behind. I don't mean to fall behind, but sometimes when I get talking, I do fall behind on the chat. Angelica says, I find it interesting that as of a week ago when I last checked, Nancy no longer follows Yar on Instagram. Maybe Nancy sees he's a gold digger. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Does Nancy utilize Instagram that much? I I I think I've speculated before. I think maybe they're not as close as Alex and Yar are, so it's just maybe she gets updates through Alex, so she's not as interested in subscribing to his Instagram. Who knows? That one's certainly up for debate. Jane says it's nothing more than about money. Yes, that is one perspective. And even 5K a month spent on plastic and polyester from Amazon and Target is ridiculous and just so wasteful. No new experiences or skills, just rubbish and junk food. What do you mean? She took us to cozy Christmas towns in New England. That's new. So we could go look at cozy stores. I did kind of appreciate that. I mean, in California, we have those around us, but not super close, and not the same feel at all, because everything in California is relatively new compared to what people I think in areas like New England would consider old. Mish says it's an ugly trait on her, consumption. Angelica says you can stream it as long as you add your own spin on it through commentary. Agreed. About the members only live stream. Hello, ALC. Good to see you. And I'm also catching up on comments. We're in the same boat there. Natasha says she's definitely rebranding. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's on my end. I thought I pinned and unpinned the comment. She's definitely rebranding. Looking at her opening, it's all her and Yar now, and her interest in doing a talk show. I would love to see her do a talk show, because that would be live. That would be something for her members only live streams. Most talk shows are filmed live. I'd love to see that, because that would require quite a bit of preparation and research, as someone said earlier. That's something we don't normally see in her content, at least in my opinion. I agree, ALC, and I'm glad you're here now and can add to it. Saying hi to everybody. Jane says, I watch very small channels. They work very hard. And Alex is a lazy slop. Yes, I know, Jane. You feel very strongly about her. I understand. Definitely understand where you're coming from. Jane says, lovely to see you all. Ladies and gents from the good old days. Love this community. You're all gorgeous. Thank you, Jane, for those kind words. Yes, you've been around for quite a while. Definitely the cherry days, and I appreciate you being here. And I think you're talking about the fires in Los Angeles. Yes, it is. It's hard. Nobody likes to see devastation to that degree, on that level, to happen anywhere in the world. Natasha says she never did any giveaways during the holiday season. She promised her viewers only the Amazon sponsored one on her Instagram. Interesting. I wonder why she didn't. I'm sure she has a lot of extra PR, unless maybe she just decided to give that away to her friends and family, which is her prerogative. She can. Angelica says Nancy definitely used to follow Yar, and Yar still follows her. Ooh, so tea. That could be a tea moment. I don't know. I'll leave that one up to you guys. Caitlin says things like Nancy unfollowing Yar just shows how much drama she's got going on behind the scenes, as she chooses to remain fake. True, Caitlin. I remember the days before she really kind of not locked down or went silent, but she definitely, I think, was more conscious about who she followed and things like that. Um, what was that, 2 or 3 years ago when I first got started doing live streams and talking about Alex? So could be. Hello, Sil, doing laundry. Hope laundry's going well. That's always a fun task. Good to have something to listen to. So glad you can be here, my friend. Oh, hello. We have a new person joining in from Denmark. Well, thank you for being here. I'm just going to call you Viking. Is that okay? Hello, Sil. Yes, cozy stores. Great to have you. You're welcome, Jane. Okay, I think I'm about caught up on the comments. Anyways, I was just wondering what you guys thought about why Alex is rebooting her memberships. And a lot of you seem to think it's simply for money, and less to do with actually fostering and creating a parasocial kind of relationship or a connection with her viewers. Um, hmm. But if anyone watches this on the replay, perhaps you're listening to it and you have a different theory or different idea, different opinion, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it because I tend to agree with all of you that are here currently that it's more just about a way to make extra money and less about really coming across as more genuine or um, reestablishing that, uh, you know, what would she say? Big sister or best friend connection? So we shall see. What does Caitlin say? Maybe she'll do lives and get back to I don't know, guys. I might have to go. I gotta poop. That one lives rent free in my head. And some people find her sort of oversharing, especially about bodily functions and that have to do with toilets. Some people find that endearing and they find it funny and they find it relatable. I personally do not, but if someone's willing to put it out there on the internet, it's kind of hard to ignore once you've heard something like that, in my opinion. Mish says, I hope we get some snippets from her lives at least. Yeah, we might. Who knows? But maybe she's learned. Maybe she's learned from her past mistakes to not overshare and to not allow her emotions just to carry her wherever they carry her, and that she has a bit more self-control and a bit more understanding of who she is and can understand why emotional regulation is important. Definitely. You know, I was listening to something earlier today, and the person was saying, and they were talking about kind of when you let what other people say about you affect you or other people's expectations kind of bother you. Uh, when you say let them, you make a conscious decision to not allow others' behavior to bother you. When you say let me, you take responsibility for what you do next. And I found that very relatable for Alex, and I hope she can take advice like that to heart, because that's the difference between listening to something for self-help and actually internalizing it and then turning it into actions in your everyday life. That's how real change is made. Let's see. I think I missed one. Oh, Angelica says, I'm so tempted to start reaction channel. I've disliked her since 2018. I'd love to start with her member streams, but the thought of paying her stops me. Well, Angelica, anyone can create a reaction channel. Anyone can create a YouTube channel. So if it's really up to you, you have to weigh those pros and cons yourself. But if you do decide to make a channel, I mean, more power to you. Why not? There's an audience for everybody. ALC says probably a little bit of both. Oh, thank you. Okay, it's all right to call me Viking. My wife has introduced me to this side of Instagram. We have these types of videos every Sunday with a coffee. Oh, fun. Fun. Well, I hope to do more of these, but I also want to get back to streaming her content. I don't even think I finished streaming Alex's Vlogmas. Just got caught up with doing other things. Jane says she's trying to debunk all the drama, the toxicity. Just shut up and give me your money, people. I don't know. I don't know if that's what she's trying to do, Jane. I didn't mean for it to come out that way. That's just my thoughts, but I don't think she's said anything or done anything to that degree to confirm that. Hello, Mabel Moon. She says, I don't know what she can do to entice memberships. Weigh-ins? I doubt that. I don't think we're ever going to see a weigh-in on her channel ever again. And I don't think she should. Personally, I think it just gives people all the more reason to speculate. So, if she was serious about weight loss and serious about health, and if she was really making those changes and sticking to something long term, you can see it. And anyone that's been on a weight loss journey, whether you did it naturally, whether you did it with Ozempic or Wegovy or through surgery, it doesn't matter because you can see the difference and you can feel it and it shows. It shifts everything about you from the inside out. And I really haven't seen that from Alex in quite a few years. That's her prerogative, but it is quite annoying when she chooses to bring up health when really it's about weight loss. Natasha asks a really good question. So regarding Alex's YouTube memberships, do you guys think she will show the baby's face? If she does, I think that would be very hypocritical of her, and I hope she doesn't. I really hope she doesn't. Jane asked the same question. You guys are on the same train of thought there. ALC says the same thing I did. I hope she doesn't show the baby. Mish says regarding weigh-ins, I can't imagine she'd ever share weigh-ins. Agreed. Yes, Viking, she did. Did Alex start a paid membership? She did on her YouTube platform, and I believe she did on Instagram as well. But you're already on Instagram, so apologies. You probably already knew that. Okay, again through the chat, making sure I'm not missing any. Ooh, Mabel, that's a great idea. She was asking Angelica, do you speak Spanish? And she says, if you do, then make a Spanish reaction channel. There is a market out there. That would be amazing. I wish I could understand it. I could probably understand parts of it, but I would have to have somebody help me interpret. That's a great idea, Mabel. Oh, thank you, Jane. You're always very sweet. I appreciate it. And Mish says, weight loss and getting healthier. Yep, we can see it. Oh, hello, it's ready. I'm not hungry. That salad really filled me up. I ordered an apple, but they gave me 2 chips. Those are all Girl World references. Good times. Those are the days I miss. Mabel says, oh, well, I'm not funny or quick-witted to do one, so I guess maybe someday someone will. Don't sell yourself short, Mabel. You can always do pre-recorded reactions, and then if, you can write down your reactions or your thoughts and record yourself or just record your voice. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, like I said, don't sell yourself short. That would be fun. Thank you, Lex. You don't have to. I'm just about done here. I didn't want to be in for this long even, but I enjoy the conversation and I enjoy seeing other people talk to each other in the chat as well. But thank you for being here, Lex. Hope you're doing okay. And Viking says, reminds me of Amberlynn's carrots and ranch video. Oh, yeah. I saw an Instagram and literally the whole feed of this person's Instagram was filled with that clip. Like 100 posts of the same clip. I think they were trying to get it to go viral or something. I was like, of course the algorithm shows me this because I follow Despectful Moments. So I'm sure that's why it's showing me Amberlyn Reed related content. Oh, good, Lex. Glad to hear it. I'm happy you're here too, and I'm happy everyone else was able to be here. Jane, thank you very much. I appreciate you and your support, and that goes for everyone else listening. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I just want to have that discussion. Thank you all again for being here, sharing your thoughts and opinions with me, and we shall see what happens moving forward with Alex's memberships. Yeah. Anyway, I'll play a really short video for an outro. Actually, apologies. I know this is boring stuff, but let me check. This streaming service might play a video when I end the stream because it played an intro video and I didn't want it to, but it did. So let me see. This one is, if anyone out there also streams and you use Streamlabs, then you know. I think Streamlabs and Max don't play well together. My little laptop just doesn't perform as seamlessly as StreamYard does for me. Anyway, we shall see. I'll play a short little video, and if it plays an outro, long video with a song, oh well. Anyway, thanks again, you guys. Everyone take care, stay safe, and hope you're all having a good afternoon, a good evening, a good morning, wherever you are in the world. And in case anyone hasn't told you today, you're doing great, and you are enough. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.
I don't think because we're influencers online that we should be able to take shit. I think that's bull. You subject yourself to this. No. Because human decency and politeness doesn't go out the window just because I share my life. And I don't care anymore. Oh, it feels so good to not care.